I'm scared at the way my government is taking control of every aspect of our lives. Okay? It's time for us, the community, to get together and not let our you think we need in our government and our failed political system. We thank you for having us today. Most of us here are from the Roseville community.
Tea Party patriots.
We do have some people here. We have some people here today. We have a very special young lady here by the name of Cindy Crenshaw today. And she's here from Oklahoma City visiting her father, who is also a Korean War veteran. And let's give them a big hand real quick, people, for their service. The interesting thing about Cindy is she was serving in the military, and in 1980 she was stationed over in Germany. Okay, and at that time, a group of terrorists, including a group called Bader Meinhof, set off a bomb where she was at, and it took off both of the bottom portions of her legs. She's a double amputee now. She came from Oklahoma today, visiting her father, and felt like it was important enough that she wanted to come stand with the Tea Party patriots to try to wake people up to the political system that has divided this country. We want to talk to every one of you. We want your opinions, pro and con, about what's going on. The bottom line is, though, as neighbors and community members, we can get the job done far better than distant politicians up in Washington, D.C. We thank you for having us here. We thank you for your hospitality. Ladies and gentlemen, we have 1,400...
We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America.
We have 1,400 of you going on around the country right now. There's a lot of Americans that are standing up and finally starting to see that the Tea Party system has failed them. That we as community members and as neighbors can get together and solve our problems far better than a bunch of corrupt politicians up in Washington, D.C. This is not about Democrats, this is not about Republicans. We have members of our grassroots movement, which is about 3 months old. We were able to field 1.2 million people at state capitals across the country on April 15, okay, to protest our outrage over the tax and spin politicians from all parties up in D.C. We want you to join us on the 17th. We will be up at the state capitol again on the 17th. To protest a socialized form of medicine. We all know that we need healthcare reform. We need to figure out a better solution, though, than turning our healthcare and our lives over into the hands of a socialist government. It has never worked in the history of mankind. Okay, socialism has never worked. As a community, we can figure it out far better than they can. The Republicans and Democrats have divided us for decades now, okay, trying to make us out to be right-wing extremists, okay? I made less than...
Check 1, 2. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's not about being a Democrat or a Republican or pro-choice or against it. It is about choices, and everyday choices that are made for you in the middle of the night. On the Senate floor, trading this vote for that vote because he held out too long and he just had something to trade. And it happens at 3 a.m., right? When you're sleeping. And it's time to wake up, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to wake up and take our country back, take our government back. Last holidays before she came home, and a terrorist put a bomb in a garbage can. She was just trying to enjoy the Oktoberfest. It ended her career in the Air Force, but it did not end her spirit. Here she is on her double prosthetics, marching with us because we're tired of this and we want to take our government back. Her husband is an ex-vet, you know? Her dad, they're not holding hands anymore, but they were for the longest time. Her daddy, right next to her, Korean vet. Thank you very much.
American taxpayer, and we're here to help represent you. If you like higher taxes, you don't want to be a part of our group. If you like excess government spending, we're not for you. But if you like to take more control of your government and have them spend your tax dollars in a better way, then you come join us. You're all welcome to come join us in the march. We're out here looking out for your future. It was only a couple hundred years ago that a couple of men got together and said, if we don't hang together, we'll surely hang apart. So we're calling on you today to come join us. We just want to hear your voices. We want to have an open forum, and we want to help people understand what's going on with their tax dollars. This is your future. I want you to look around. You see all the little children? They're going to be paying the debt that's being run up right now by our current administration, and that's both in California and in the U.S. federal government. They are going to be paying your future debts off. If you don't think that's true, take a look at any of the public spending reports. Take a look at the CBO report. The budget office is going over one way after another and explaining how you'll never be able to pay this off for the next 2 to 3 generations. If you have a small child with you, I want you to look that child in the face and try to explain to that child what it's going to be like for them to pay off the taxes that the government, while your generation is in place, is spending. They're spending more money right now than you spend in a lifetime. They're spending that within 1 week, and that's per person. If the debt continues the way it's going now, every person in America will be responsible for almost $100,000 worth of debt. We're here to help you all and help ourselves at the same time to try to figure out how we can change the way our American government treats its people. By the way, for those of you who are enjoying the nice, relaxing weekend, the government really wants to see you back at work on Monday because they need your tax dollars.
Hey, come on the tennis court and get a grip, all right?
Nice. Oh, and Lefty joins in, asks me to get a grip, and I really appreciate that. Listen, folks. Sorry. We're here looking after your tax dollars, just like the original tax party, or Tea Party tax party. Listen to that. Just like the original Tea Party members. They don't want taxation without representation. This is where you come in. This is where we come in. We want you to join us. We think this movement can help change the way government treats you and your money. Right now, believe it or not, you have not a bit of control over the way your tax dollars get spent. For those of you who believe that a vote doesn't count, I can tell you that it does. We need your support. We'd like to have your votes. Have a great 4th.
Tell them to buy t-shirts. Buy t-shirts.
Wait, I'll come to you. Keep it on, Johnny. We want a strong grip and a hold on what they're doing without us while we're sleeping. Trading votes on the Senate floor at 3 a.m. What are you doing at 3 a.m.? Yeah, working around. Because it has to have 2 jobs just to maintain anymore, right? Just to pay the taxes, you gotta have 2 jobs. I say, man, what is he doing at 3 a.m.? He's working his, you know what, off. Our middle name is Party. Come on. If you like a t-shirt, they're $20. $10 for service people. Trying to get the player paid back.
We will rock you!
Yeah.